Hey everybody, Italo here from Roia Moto, and today I showed you the step-by-step how you can change the rear sprocket of your Honda CRF300L and also applicable for the Rally. In case you want to know which one I'm installing, this is the product code. Now one thing you're going to notice in here, the number 43, and that is indicating the number of teeth that I'm installing. Now I am changing the number of teeth, I'm increasing the number of teeth on my Honda CRF300L. Long story short, I'm prioritizing torque and reducing here the top speed that I get out of my Honda CRF300L. I'm not going to cover the explanation for this on this video, but if you're not subscribed, I recommend you to subscribe. There's going to be a separate one that I explain what's the logic behind that. Even though this video is about changing only the rear sprocket, so I'm not showing you how to change the chain, neither the front sprocket. Generally speaking, if your chain or sprockets are worn out, you should change the complete system together. So not only one piece at a time, but change everything at the same time. Now to remove the rear sprocket, you're going to need to apply torque with a 24mm hex socket, and on the opposite side you need to hold the axle in place with a 17mm. Now here with our toolkit, if you get your 17mm hex socket and your 24, even though you could say, well, but we have only one ratchet in here, that's the one I'm going to use for the 24, you can take your extension, and we have these adapters that they have a hole in them, okay? So I'm going to get the adapter here with the hole. And then what you do, you take your extension, you pass it through the adapter, and now you get yourself a second wrench like this. So you can apply torque on both sides. So that's a very smart solution, just to make it simple and as light as possible, your toolkit. 24mm hex socket. Now keeping the axle in place with the 17mm, then here on the 24, just go ahead and get your 24mm nut off. Now we need to get the axle out of the hub of the wheel, and sometimes it can get pretty hard to pull it out, especially if it's been a long time since you last removed your rear wheel, and if you have a lot of gunk in it, it can get quite hard. So one thing you can do, get the extension, and now we are going to use the extension as a pusher for the axle. Let me show to you. So here's what I'm referring about. Okay, you could try to pull by hand. Now let's get the spacer. You can try to pull by hand on the opposite side. It is quite heavy. I would say with mine I can still do it, but it does require some effort. If yours, for whatever reason, is stuck, I already considered the diameter of this extension exactly to do that. So you just put it here, and then you can knock it. So it's much easier for you to knock like this, right, with your hand. And also if it is really stuck, you can even kick it with your motorcycle boots. Just kick it. That's better.
No, somebody can pull from the other side.
Now it should be quite easy. There it is. Now probably you can catch there on the video that I'm quite proud with the solution that we have with the Roia Moto Tool Kits. I promised you guys, these are the absolute most over-engineered and best toolkits that you can get for your motorcycle. So if you're looking for a motorcycle toolkit that you can really rely on, that keeps the weight down, it is compact and has a lot of smart solutions specifically tailored for motorcycle riders, check out royamoto.com. And very important, check out the reviews. Today our toolkits are in the hands of riders in over 30 countries and people really love it. So if you're looking for one, check out royamoto.com. Okay, so now let's get the chain here out like this, and then we can pull the wheel off. Now the spacer is going to be here, so might just drop, so just keep an eye on it. There is also another one on the opposite side, so you get two, and then we can slide the wheel off. Here you can see the bolts, and for these bolts you're going to need an Allen bit number 5 like this. Now on the opposite side there is a nut, there is a 14mm nut. So on the toolkit we have already the spanners. And you also make sure that, just pay attention on the sprocket in here. As I was applying torque in here, I hit myself, so always a good idea. That's a very common thing to happen when you're working here around the sprocket. Now you can remove the sprocket. Now, very important, when you're going for here an aftermarket sprocket, you will notice that the housing for these bolts is different, okay? There's like a concave shape in there, and that means that you should not use the OEM bolts, okay? So here you can see the difference of the aftermarket and the OEM. Now this is a generic kit. The best way, I mean, even if I give you here the product code, which I will, it's quite hard that you're going to find exactly the same. I got this from a local shop. What I recommend you to do, just go online and search for rear sprocket bolts, and you're going to find here what you're looking for. You just make sure that you get here an M8 by 31 bolt. So it's a complete kit. And in case you're curious, here you can see what is the difference of going from a 40 teeth OEM rear sprocket to a 43. And that is the step-by-step how you can change the rear sprocket of your Honda CRF300L, also for the Rally. What is left now to do is just to remount the rear wheel, adjust the chain slack, and then you're good to go. If you still have any questions after watching this video, just drop a comment down below. If you haven't yet, check out roiamoto.com for our motorcycle-specific toolkits. Ride safe, and I see you on the next one. Bye-bye, guys.